Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to part 2 of this Neon City, and now it is officially out on the gallery. So if you guys have not followed me on the gallery, everything is usually there like a day or two earlier, or sometimes even like a week early, but if you want to know what my gallery name is, I will have it actually in the description down below, but I always forget to change it because it still says my actual real name, which is just Jamie Sanford, and I need to change it to Simspiration because it just makes sense that way. That's just my YouTube name. If people are gonna they're not gonna look up my name, they're gonna look up probably my YouTube name, so I definitely will change that probably very soon. But anyways, you guys, we are going on to part 2 of this build, and I officially am done it. I wanted to have it out on Monday. It is in fact not Monday. I have been just really busy, and I thought that I could do the back lot of this build pretty quickly, but then I realized that I was getting into some weird issues that I didn't think that I would have, and I was at work, and I don't know if I told you guys, but I do a lot of my building process in, kind of where I want my layout to be on paper. So every time that I'm at work, I'm so bored, I'm just trying to kill time, so I'll draw it on a piece of paper, and it will kind of be a rough draft of what I want my bigger builds to kind of look like. And so I did that with my playground. If you guys haven't checked that one out, I'll have that in the top right corner probably. It is such a cute build. I was gonna say little. It is not indeed little. I think it's on a 50 by 40. But it is a really fun build. I really like that one, and I did have that written on a piece of paper, and kind of drew it out. So I kind of had a rough draft, and I kind of did the same thing with this. And what I really wanted to add was the Tokyo Tower, and I don't have the tool mod. I don't have enough brain power for that. I so don't have it, and I so respect the people that can make stuff like this. So the creator that I got the Tokyo Tower from, I will link in the description down below. It is not mine. I cannot build that. I'm not talented nor have the patience on a computer to type in a bunch of different numbers and angles and all that stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. But someone did, and I'm kind of glad that they did because I used it, and I thought it was so cool. And I didn't realize that if I would have put a Ferris wheel, I was thinking about it, but I didn't because one, there's no room, and two, the one that we get from the high school pack is just a little bit not the vibe I'm kind of going for. I wanted something big, and I could size it up, but it just looked a little funny, so I didn't. And these, okay, I don't usually talk about the build, but can I just let you know that doing these little arrow things, I hated it. It took way too long. It was just so tedious trying to put them together. So I'm so happy that we can duplicate rooms. So I just kind of put walls around it, and then I just duplicated it 3 times. I had to cut it out or edit it out a lot of the process because it just took literally 20 minutes just to do one arrow. So I hope that you like them. They took way too much of my time, but they're cute. I like them. They're fun. And we do have a subway, which I think is also really neat. I actually really like the way it turned out. I just copy and pasted it because your Sims aren't probably gonna spend a lot of their time down there. It is literally just for vibes. This lot is going to be a bar, because it has a little bar in this little alleyway, but you can turn it into whatever you want. There are so many buildings that you can choose from. Me personally, when I do really big builds like this, it is very rare if I furnish more than one house. And it's really just because of functionality wise, because I don't want your Sims, like say if it's like a residential lot and I have like 5 different apartments, your Sim is gonna try and go to like all those 5 different apartments to do like different tasks. You can totally lock the doors and that can be a thing, but I don't know, I just find that I like to use a lot of my time to just do the exterior of builds like this when it's certain things like this. Obviously, if I'm building like a house or like a castle, I'll decorate all that kind of stuff in the village. But when it comes to like city builds, I am kind of like I'm kind of indifferent. I think the only one that I really like furnished really well was the first ever city that I did, and it was like my Tokyo city, and I had like a convenience store, I had a bar, I had a house, like there's so many things that I did for that. So if you haven't checked that one out, you totally check it out, girl. Go see it for yourself if you want to go take a look. It is up on the channel, but it is probably also one of my bigger ones, but I feel like this one is definitely a lot bigger than any of the ones that I've done before. And I think it's just because it's like so the tiny little details that I put on. I definitely realized that I put way too much detail in the first building that I did. That was on part 1, and I kind of did like the same to all the others, but I feel like I didn't put as much you know, clutter as I would probably have liked to in the other ones, but I still think it turned out really, really cool. I did try my best, and I really hope that you guys like it. It is up on the gallery, so again, if you want to go take a look at that, I think we did get a patch today with some updates, so hopefully they have fixed the gallery. For any of you guys who probably don't know, there was like a whole weird thing with the gallery, like the news section was off, you couldn't see like your followers, the people that you were following. There was like no notifications, nothing that you could see. So hopefully they have that fixed. And I just really hope that like the Sims kind of like, you know, cleans up their act. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, but I hope everything is okay soon. And I'm super duper excited, you guys, for any sort of like horse like expansion pack. If we get that, I would be so thrilled. I heard that we are getting like the horse pack, and it's going to be with some like sheep, maybe some goats. And I think that would be so much fun. But you know what I would love to have? And I don't know if it's just me, and I think it might be really weird, but like, can we get pigs? I think pigs would be so much fun. And I think the only reason why we possibly could be getting sheep and goats is because the framework of the like the functionality of alpacas, like the llamas that we have, are pretty similar. If we did get sheep or anything like that, like it would have kind of like the same like it would be a little bit better when they come to like coding it, I think. But if they could get like, if they could get pigs, I think that would be so cute if we had some more farm animals like that. Apparently it's supposed to be in like a Texas, Arizona themed world. And how do you feel about that? I thought that it was because we also had like Strangerville, which is also kind of like that desert type of world, and I don't really play in it that much, but apparently with this world there's gonna be a lot more like greenery, there's gonna be a lot like more open space, like hopefully that, I mean, it would make sense, say if we did have a horse world, it would have to be pretty open, considering unless your horses can't like run everywhere, like you would think that they would need to be kind of open because your Sims, you know, want to ride your horses. And if we're kind of limited to a very small you know, neighborhood, it won't be as fun. So hopefully fingers crossed that it is a lot bigger than we think it is. And I would be so happy if The Sims just had another 64 by 64 lot. I know we have some, and I know I do too many 64 by 64 lots, but girl, just hear me out. Just hear me out, because you know, if I want a 64 by 64 lot, it's like I'm very limited because I only have like a certain amount of of worlds that I can use, and the best lighting that I find is in the world that I'm in right now. And I just think it'd be so cool if we just had some more 64 by 64s, or even like a 70 by 70 or a 75 by 75. Like someone like me who just loves to make obnoxiously big builds. I would love it if we had just bigger lots. I know some people are like, dude, 64 by 64 is enough. I'm like, no, it isn't. We need more. We need more. I am crazy. And but I had a lot of fun with this, and you can see that I already had that tower there, and I just think it would be so much fun to have like this big Tokyo tower in the middle. I feel like it just wouldn't feel like Tokyo without it, and I'm so happy I was able to get it into my build. I didn't know whether or not I was even going to be able to do it, because the build of this tower is actually on like another it's on like another build, so I had to delete everything that was around that build, and I had to kind of like make the platform and save it as a room. And I'm doing like air quotations in my with my hands, like it's, you know, it's not a room obviously, but the game thinks that it's a room. So I was so excited that I was able to get that into my game, and I hope that you guys like it. I think that is really cool. Props to the creator who did this, and I will actually put their name and their YouTube channel in the description down below, because they make the most insane builds that I've ever seen with any sort of tool mod, which I think is really, really freaking cool. And I need to give credit where credit is due. I am so thankful. So thank you. If you are watching this, thank you so much. For making this beautiful, wonderful masterpiece, because I think it really tied the build together, and I don't want people to think that I made this. But yeah, we have a highway. I couldn't get the lights on like the corner side. I think it was so annoying. I don't know why it wasn't working. But as I was doing it, it was kind of reminding me of like when I went to Thailand and Vietnam. Like it was very neon lights. Obviously not as much as Tokyo. I want to go to Japan so bad. You guys, the other day I was at my mom's house because I was just visiting. I don't live there, so I kind of just go in and say hi, and I spend like a weekend or two. And I went into my room and my mom had like a brochure of like trips to Japan for like low prices. I'm like, mother, I'm trying to save my money to go on a trip in January. That's not Japan. I'm like, stop teasing me like this. It's not nice. So hopefully one day we can go, and I would love to do like a vlog channel. I think that'd be so much fun, you guys, like doing like, so you can see my face. Obviously if you want to see my face, I do have an Instagram so you can see my face there, but like I just don't have a camera, and girl, my skin looks awful right now. So I just got back from the gym, so I don't need nobody seeing my sweatiness or anything like that. It ain't pretty. You don't want to see it. But I think it'd be really, really fun to have a vlog channel, and whenever time I go on trips or anything, I'd love to do that, or start doing things like that in general. I think it'd be really cool. Obviously not now. I think probably sometime in the future whenever I get bigger. But you know, we're almost at 6,000, which is amazing. So thank you all so freaking much. And if you guys have made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much. My name is Jamie. If any of you guys have not known or don't know yet, I have been running this channel for probably about a year and a bit now, and I am just loving it, and I hope that one day this will be my full-time job, my full-time gig. But until then, your girl is just... she's just building away, and I want to build more, and I would love to post more. My dream would be doing it like every day, but I feel like the quality of my builds will definitely go down. I try to have a big build every month, like something like stupidly big like this, I would definitely have one big giant build a month, or sometimes 2 times a month. I don't know how it goes, but girl, I don't know what we can qualify under big and small for me, because everything is always a 64 by 64 lot. I think probably my smaller builds are just like my house builds, or like a 50 by 40 or something like that, or a 30 by 40. Those are my smaller builds. And I think my smallest one was like a boba thrift store tea shop, I think. But it was still really freaking cute, and I love that one so much. And I do have a like a thing at the very end of this video to show the city in all its beautiful glory. So if you guys do want to check that out, please make sure to stay tuned for that. It will be coming up soon, and I completely blanked about like what the name of it is. I always blank whenever time I come on to filming. I'm always like, okay, maybe I'll tell a story, because usually I tell a lot of stories. I rarely talk about the builds, so it's really weird for me right now to be like talking about like my builds. I don't really do this. I like telling stories, but like the montage at the end of the video will show you everything. I can't talk today. I've just had a crazy day, you guys. So anyways, I hope that you like this video. Maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. We are almost at 6,000, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are from, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.